Welcome back to Regulate. We're on day 4 of our 31-day Movement May journey. This year we are doing 15 minutes every single day in an effort to create a breath and body ritual for your wellness. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to jump right into today's movement. So go ahead and sit down. We'll come to a seat on your mat, in your chair, on your bed, or wherever you will be doing your practice for today. And so we can move the fleshy parts of the butt out of the way. We'll sit up nice and tall and straight. And as per usual, we are going to start this off with checking in with our breath. So for 1 minute, we're going to observe how many breaths we are taking right now without doing anything to change your breathing. I want you to just start counting your breaths and go. And just keep in mind, as you count each inhale, exhale is 1 round, to be mindful of how you're breathing also. So are we mouth breathing? Are we breathing through our nose? Are we having breaths that are getting deep into the belly? Are we breathing more from the chest? Are we breathing really tight from the shoulders? Do we feel expansive or do we feel tight and constricted? So keeping all of these things in mind as you are counting your breaths. And we have about 20 more seconds. And stop. And so all I want you to do is just keep that number at the back of your mind, keep it where it's easy to recall, but also this is a lesson in observation. One of the first steps and the most important parts and pieces of coming to the mat and checking in with the self, of having the whole wellness routine in the first place, right, is to give ourselves an opportunity to stop, to pause, to slow down. And the most important thing that we do in that space when we are paused and slowing down is to check in with ourselves. Okay, and so finding the starting point, finding the point of presence. Where are you? How are you? And more importantly, how is your breath? Okay, so we will go ahead and get started today. We'll take it really slow. We'll go ahead and settle in with the breath now. So now we're going to intentionally begin to shift our breathing. And so we're going to take 3 deep breaths before we move into our first round of head circling. So breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. We'll take some deep breaths and breathe in, breathe out. And we want that breath to make it into the belly. Breathe in, pressing the belly out, and breathe out. Last deep breath, we'll breathe in through the nose, deep, feel your belly rise, and exhale through the nose. And we can bring the palms to the legs if they were on the belly for feeling your breath. And we'll take an inhale, and then as you exhale, we'll go ahead and we'll drop that chin to the chest, and we'll start to the left with some head circles. So just a gentle circling of the head here. We're drawing a circle with the nose. So we're not tilting the head all the way back, just gentle circles with the head, nice and slow. So we want to make sure that we are moving slow, that we are moving with the breath, and that while your head is circling, that you are really checking in with the neck, okay? How is your neck? How are your shoulders? Are there any spaces that feel like you need to stay or linger in them a little longer? How and what is going on in the neck, in the shoulders, and in the upper chest? And then next time your chin gets back to the center, we're going to inhale and you're going to take it into the opposite direction. So inhaling as the head comes up and over, And then exhaling that breath as the head comes over and down. All the way through, inhale. Exhale. And last set, inhale. Exhale. And we'll take that right into shoulder roll. So we're going to inhale, loop the shoulders up, back and down. And as you breathe, we'll continue in that motion, inhaling the shoulders up, rolling them back, exhaling down. And again, we want to make sure that we're moving with the breath, okay? Let the movement follow the breath. So slow, deep inhales and exhales, and you will move to follow and mimic those breaths, rather than moving and allowing the breath to follow the movement. And on your next inhale, we're going to inhale and round the shoulders forward this time. So we're going to reverse that shoulder roll. Inhaling the shoulders up, exhaling them down. And you may notice that as you're moving, your breath will try to speed up. And so what we want to keep a control over is the rhythm of the breath. And that will help us with the movement. And so we'll take that right into our rocking or our seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, or the next time you naturally inhale, you'll pull the chest forward. And then exhale, we're gonna round the back. Inhale, we'll push the chest forward, opening up the heart. Exhale, we're gonna round back. And inhale, we'll bring the chest forward again. This time we're gonna start a round of circles. So leaning over to the left side. And we just wanna circle around. Okay, exhaling as we come back. And then inhaling as we bring the chest forward. And so I want you to imagine like if there was a cylinder placed around your body. What we're trying to do is touch each part of the cylinder with the back and chest, okay? So imagine you're like brushing against the cylinder, if that makes sense. Good. Next time you come to the center on a natural inhale, we'll take it in the opposite direction. Inhaling to the right, exhaling as we come around the back. And it's okay if your circles might feel a little off, or like you're not circling at all, or a little wonky, okay? This is really just about like finding that natural rhythm and flow. And so sometimes it doesn't always look like we're doing anything, but as long as you feel that you are doing your best to create that circle, that's good. And so from there, we're gonna go ahead and take that arm up and over, planting the right palm. Left hand's gonna come up and over. Side body stretch, we're gonna open up the side. And when we get here, nice deep inhale. And so we're breathing, we're gonna let the light into our side. And so today, instead of bringing the hand to the face and traveling with the fingertips, we're gonna fold in toward the leg and bring those fingertips to the ground. And then I want you to gently fingertip the ground in front of you, nice and slow. And we're gonna bring the hand all the way to the other side. And you can allow the right hand to also travel a little bit as well. And when the left hand makes its way onto the other side, we'll take the right hand up, inhale, over, exhale. deep breath. And then on an exhale, we'll fold that over and slowly begin to travel the right hand and just bring it into the center. And then we'll take the left hand, staying on the fingertips, and we're gonna travel it to the center as well. Nice and slow. Take your time. We wanna remember when we're working with sensual movement, and the reason we slow down is because it's not about the destination, but it's about being present and mindful for the journey. And so when we think about our movement and moving slow, we want to take our time as we move from one space to the next space. So allowing ourselves to be really present and in the moment of the spaces. And so hanging out here in this stretch, what I want you to do is inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to see if you can reach your fingertips down and just a little further, lowering the chest to the floor. And when you're ready, we're gonna slowly, keeping contact with the ground with the fingertips, we're gonna slowly sit up. And then I'm going to meet you on your side. So we'll lift the legs up. And I just want you to come onto your side. And so I call this a mermaid seat, and I'm not even sure why. I feel like it reminds me of like Ariel, like if your legs were a fin. But we're gonna come here. And then I want you to come down onto your side like this. And so here we're gonna bring our legs into it just a little bit. So today we're gonna open and close little clamshells, okay? Keeping the toes pointed and together. Okay, we're gonna inhale, open, and we're gonna exhale, close. Open, close. Open, close. Now we're gonna do one more little trick here. Next time we're gonna inhale, we're gonna open the leg. And I want you to bring the knee in towards the face. And then back down and close. Open on an inhale. Bring the knee in toward the face. And then bring it back down and close. Good. So we're going to take our hand here. We're going to press the body up. And then we're gonna sweep our legs from the front and tilt over to the other side. And then if you need to readjust, for the sake of my pole being right there, I'm gonna readjust myself so that you can see me. But we'll come back on this side, and then we're gonna come on down to that forearm again. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we're gonna inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. And then on this fourth one, we're gonna inhale, we're gonna open, and then we're gonna bring the leg up toward the body. And then drop it down and close. Open, bring the leg up, down, and close. Last one, open, bring it up, down, and close. And then we'll plant the palm body up. And come back into a seated position. And so we're going to take some sways side to side. Remember that we're using our core here, and our head is like the last part to make it, right? So if we're falling over timber, like our head is the last thing that makes it. And then when we get ready to pull ourselves up, the head is the last thing to make center. And so we exhale as we come over, inhale as you come up, exhale as it falls, and inhale as it rises. One more set. Exhale over, inhale up, exhale over, inhale up. Perfect. So shake that out. And today you can bring the soles of the feet together in bound ankle, or you can extend both legs out long. So the choice is yours. You can bring the hands to the belly, or always you can bring them out to your sides, whichever feels more comfortable or more comforting for you. And so I like to just bring my hands to my belly at the end, just so that I can feel my breath. And so what you may notice is that your breath might be a little hitched, right? Of course, after doing some of the leg movements, you may notice that your breath has picked up in speed. So we just want to use this space here to go ahead and bring our rate of breath back down. So coming back into slow, intentional deep breaths, we'll take 3 deep breaths to ground us out. And remember, you can always stay here after the video as long as you'd like, but for the sake of trying to keep these in a 15-minute window, which we go over just a little bit, we're just gonna do 3. So bringing your hands to ground at your center, or bringing the palms open to receive, we're gonna breathe in through the nose and we're gonna exhale through the nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So that was great. We are all done for today. I hope that you feel more grounded. I hope that you feel a little bit more centered. And I hope that you're starting to get the hang of coming and sitting and jumping into those movements. I think that when we repeat a thing, we can get really comfortable with it. So thank you for showing up, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5.